Hello everyone, I'm Kaye here on my homestead in Tennessee, and today we're going to talk about when to harvest your garlic and tips for long-term storage. I love growing garlic because you've pretty much finished everything else in the garden, and in November you plant it and you forget about it, and it starts coming up in the spring, and you harvest it in the early part of June, at least in my zone of 7A. So what you want to look for, first of all, I had to cover my garlic. Most critters leave garlic alone, except I have cats. If you've watched my channel, you know I have somewhat precocious cats. And one of my cats decided that he liked to lay in my garlic bed. So I had to cover my garlic bed with deer fencing or deer netting. So sometime in the early part of June, you're going to notice that some of the outside leaves are starting to brown. You want about 20% of those leaves to be brown, but you still want a lot of good green leaves in the inside for long-term storage. Garlic does not tolerate weeds well, so they really enjoy being in their own space. The great thing about garlic is it comes out in June and you've still got time to grow something else. I've got peppers ready to go into this bed as soon as I clear it out. Well, we've had a string of really hot days. We haven't had any rain of any significance in about 2 weeks. I've been watering every day, but I stopped watering the garlic. You want to harvest the garlic at least 3 to 4 days since the last rain. Now it's a damp, foggy morning, and the outside leaves of this garlic feel kind of damp, but I want to get all of this garlic out of here today, because another way that you can tell your garlic is ready to be harvested is if it falls over. And I can't determine whether my cat mashed it over, but it more like it looks like it's ready to come out. This end was a different variety. It did not develop that well, that big, and it turned brown faster, and there is some hard-neck garlic in there. I did cut off the scapes, most of them, but maybe we can find one. I see a few I missed. Oh wow. You're supposed to cut off the scapes, which is this, to help the bulb grow bigger, but at this point, with all of this hot weather that's still coming, I want to get this garlic out and start getting it cured and clear this bed for something else. Suddenly, they all just fell over. Now, I have to be careful because there is poison ivy right there. So I'm going to have to get some gloves on and dispose of that. You don't want too many dead leaves because those browning leaves represent the outside layers, and the cloves could start coming apart if those outside layers all dry off. You don't want to pull the garlic straight out because those roots are really attached down deep. And this happens to be a hugelkultur bed, so there are logs, rotting logs underneath the soil, and the roots could really get a hold of that. So you want to use your trowel or a shovel or a fork, and you just want to work around the plant and try to loosen. You'll hear those roots snapping. Don't underestimate how far down it is. Okay. That's not huge, but as that cures, that will form, the cloves will be more delineated, and it smells wonderful. The outside leaf is brown, and this is actually damp, even though it hasn't rained. Soil is a little bit damp. So you just want to make sure you get your garlic out before the next big rain, especially if it's in the condition mine's in. Some of them look better than others. You see, this was a hardneck garlic and it put up a scape and I missed it. And if you don't cut the scape off, then the bulb will be smaller. Okay, once again, this is hardneck garlic and I missed the scape. So the bulb is not quite as big, but it's a great time to get all this out. Okay, that one's a little better. That's a nice looking one. Oh, that looks better. That's more the good size. You want to handle these very carefully, not to damage any of this layer. That little brown layer is this layer, and it is protecting this as it cures. So all of your garlic you can still eat. It might not store as long if you don't harvest it at the right time. But all of this garlic is good. It smells fantastic. Now, ideally you want to keep an eye on your garlic, and when you start seeing these lower leaves start to die back, that's when you want to harvest. I am going to harvest the rest of this bed and bring you back to show you the complete harvest. But first let's talk about ways to cure your garlic for best results. If your soil is very dry and it just falls right off, that's great. You can just kind of knock it off. In my case, these outer layers are just a little bit damp. I don't want to damage them. So once you harvest your garlic, you're going to want to dry it. Drying it needs a relatively high temperature of 80, 85 degrees, but in the shade, not in the bright sun, and with good airflow. There's lots of ways you could do that. If you have a piece of fencing, you can literally just feed the end parts through your fencing. Put your fencing at an angle and just feed your garlic through that and just let it hang. You can fill up all the holes of your fencing. I don't happen to have a piece of fencing like that. So whatever your particular situation is, I'm sure you can figure out something where they can be separated, not touching, airflow, shade. You just don't want the sun hitting it and shriveling it up. Once they're dry, they begin the curing process. You trim them and you can tie them up. You can put them in a net bag. Like you see in the store, you buy net bags of garlic and you can store them that way. You don't want to just pull this out because you're going to damage the garlic cloves. So you want to dig around it with a shovel, a trowel, a fork, however you prefer. And you'll hear those roots. You just want to get deep and underneath it. Now, this is a small one. But once again, this is hardneck and I did not cut the scape. I don't know how I missed all these. I cut a bunch of them a few weeks ago. I'm going to get busy and harvest the rest of the garlic and lay it out. You're going to see those shots, so keep watching till the end. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Click that bell for notifications, scroll down and click all so you won't miss anything right here on my Tennessee homestead, which is about 9+ acres, and I'm doing this on my own with occasional help. So if I can do it, you can do it. One yet. I'm a big proponent of use what you've got. And so I had this screen door behind the shop, and this way I can tilt them down. I know, I should have done it the other way. Should have started it like that. Garlic harvest 2023. Last year I had about half this much garlic, so I thought maybe it would be spacious on this huge screen door. It's not. I need to look for an additional space to hang these up so that the bulbs are not touching. Bulbs should not be touching as they dry, and these are a little too close for comfort. You want to harvest on a cloudy morning if at all possible, and this, I knew the sun was going to hit 9:30, 9 o'clock, and it has full on, and it's going to be hot today. So I got them in the shade. I got them spread out as best I can, and I'm going to work on this a little bit further so that they have more air circulation around them. I hope that's helpful. Please subscribe to my channel. And if you have any questions or comments for me, leave them in the comment section below. And there are ways to support this channel also in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. You know, I started my gardening life about 11 or 12 years ago in Los Angeles in a tiny front yard garden. That's where I had my first garlic success, along the little strip beside my walkway to my driveway. And I also made videos in containers, growing garlic, and so much more. All of these varieties that I selected this year, which came from Garlic Gods, are in my garlic growing playlist, and the link is right up there. Check it out. I set up a fan for now to get some air blowing across these. I'm going to keep them in the shade, and depending on your humidity, it could take anywhere from 2 weeks to much longer. All of this will dry out, and then you'll clip it about here, and you will cut the roots back. You can see this in one of my other videos, and you'll just take off maybe the 1 or 2 layers just to clean it up. But what you don't want to do is take off the paper layer that goes around the cloves. After you trim them, you can put a ribbon around them, hang them up in your barn. You just want to keep them in a cool, dark place, 55 to 65 degrees, something like that. And of course, if you nick anything, or your little small ones, you can use them right away. It's just curing them long term deepens the flavor of the garlic. Because you want to harvest on a cloudy morning, if at all possible. That dirt has made me sneeze.